Speaker, sir.
Now, please, you need to go to another side of proposals. Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for leading this charge. I don't know if it's member of parliament from Kajinga constituency. He said that population matters. I think this here is a good example. It's a boarding school. You can't compare the population there in here Thimbili. Can you? Secondly, the scholars face insecurity. And you gave an example of rape. I think if you do watch the news, some years back, we heard that the St. Kizito, the housewife, apart from rape, killed. Is that insecurity? Is this? Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Now, this opportunity now goes to another side of proposals.
I thank you. I have to read it as well as mine. And I would like to propose the motion that says that better border schools than day schools. This is because in border schools, the time is well managed. An example, a day is made up of 24 hours. A student in border schools, they do sleep for 6 hours. When you subtract 6 hours from 24, that is 18 hours. 18 hours they are all in school. That way you would see that everything is inside the environment of the school. They shelter there, everything is done in the school. But what about in this school? As here in the school we have 10 good hours during the day. What about 14 hours? We spend 14 hours there outside at our homes. And we might be faced with lack of time management. This is because we might go and find no light, and we are being coped with some chores there at home. So, Mr. Speaker, sir, I point that better border school due to time management, because in border school it is well managed. Thank you.
Okay, this opportunity now goes to another side for process.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir, for giving me this opportunity to oppose a motion that goes boarding schools are better than day schools. My fellow here said that in boarding schools, you have more time to read, right? But in day school, how do you know the time that one wakes up? You may meet someone wake up at 3 or even 2 to read. Na nakuja na lala, but anakam shule, then you're like, I personally, I do that. If you don't, yoni maisha yako. I wake up at 3 and I read. Na nakuja shule. You can't refuse that. But in boarding schools, some even refuse to wake up at 4. They are pushed by the teachers to go to class. Yes. And again, in boarding schools, there are more strikes. You get to realize that there are more losses in boarding schools due to banning of the schools and all those sorts. And this causes losses to the parents and the students too, because they'll be taken away from the school, lacking time to read too.
Well, the thought has to climb the tree.
I will disagree with my fellow proposers. But it does not mean that with my fellows that in these schools, many of the students, as they go home, like many of the boys, they go to chill, like the drugs, the cards, and that also goes in the side of the ladies or young girls, young women of substance, they go and then destroy their virginity. There at home there are many chores which they can be assisted. And then you become very tired, as that you have a very little, you can even not able to stand it because of the chores you have done at home after school. And you know that here in schools, you standing, you became tired. Then as we went home, then you go there and you administer the chores which you did. Then you can be very tired, as that you can even failure to wake up. And then in these schools there are many absentees. And then it comes. But in border schools there isn't, because there are the school support staff ensures that, like matron in patrons, ensures that because of their roles which they have to administer, ensures that each and every student arrive in class and at a good time. Thank you, Mr. Students.
Honor, categorical clear. Everybody to participate, especially if your name is here in my lists. Yes. On the side of opposers.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Through you, the House is ignorant. I just want to oppose that boarding schools, the motion is about the boarding school are better than day schools. My sister there from Bure constituency has said that the students from day schools are the only who abuses drugs. But I want to assure you that even boarding schools, there is use of drugs there, because the students who are engaged in criminal cases there, like ban of the dormitories, we can't say they are of their sound mind. That's true. And if you are going to be asked how that petroleum enters the school ground, you can't say, because most of them notorious students are there. How many day school students were caught last year with these cases on banning schools? So none of them. They're all Kenya. Yes. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Yes. This juncture now goes to proposals.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir, for giving me this golden opportunity to propose this motion that boarding schools are better than day schools. Now, there's minimal disagree that there's no carrying of petroleum and drugs in schools, because there is thorough checkups on the gates when they're entering the schools. Another point is that in boarding schools, the students there are disciplined, but in day schools, they are not that disciplined, because in day schools, you find a student, he or she will decide to, when a student is lazy, he will decide to sneak out of school and go to their remote areas to engage themselves in some business which are not useful, and will always be wasting their time. And also, those businesses that they engage in, they are followers in bad companies, which makes them to be rude. And when they're in school, they are very disciplined, studying with a motto, eti atupangwingwi. And in boarding schools, the students are always there following the school rules from the school, and will not find our students and following bad companies, like they are being in their remote areas doing bad businesses. You will not find our students doing that. They are always following the school rules and are at the care of the teachers. Thank you, Honorable.
Yes, on the other side of process.
Mr. Speaker, sir, again, who you the house is Leonard. I want to ask my sister there from Kupotea constituency. Are you the one who takes that petroleum to school, to those schools? Say no. Secondly, those notorious students who are found there in boarding schools, are they not among those? Not among? Are they not among? Wano sio wanafunzi wa boarding school? I'm not violating. I'm using the national language, Kiswahili. So, Kiswahili is, you don't even know. You don't even know. Let me teach you. Our national language is Kiswahili. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Yes, for now, for this juncture now, they have categorically clear. I hope you have eyes, ears, you have a hand. So for this juncture now, I want to usher the judges so that they may analyze and tell you the results. And I hope everything shall be well. Judges, welcome so that you may know the results. Yes, welcome. As they are yet to come, I want to thank you for being attentive, for listening keenly. I don't know if you have enjoyed the moment, isn't it? Okay, so judges, do very fast, please. Okay.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Speaker. These are the points of the proposals. We have 6 points. The first one, we have saying that they have in border schools there is enough time with their teachers, and still that the environment is peaceful for the studies. The second point is they have seen the climatic changes affect a day school students. On the side of the proposals, they have not opposed the point. Another thing is the availability of the power. They have seen that in border schools, the power is always there. Then the games are high risk due to the facilities that they have. We have full attendance of the lessons by the students. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Yes, let me take this opportunity to thank each and every one of you for you have turned up in large numbers. In the side of opposers, the first point is saying that in terms of school fees, both day schools pay less school fees compared to border schools. And that point has not been another point is that day schools, day school students experience love from their relatives. This is because they have close contact with their relatives, Richard, every day. Another point is that in day schools, there are close contact between teachers and the students compared to boarding schools. The last point is that the fire outbreaks in day schools are rare compared to boarding schools. Thank you.
Zimeni imeisha. Kutoka sasa hivi